What if I told you there's a silent switch behind your ear that holds the power to slow your heart, soften your breath, and even awaken your inner calm without a single word, thought, or belief? It sounds impossible until you touch it. Because just behind the curve of your ear, beneath the skin where the bone quietly rests, lies a nerve-ending gateway known to both ancient mystics and modern neuroscience, a place where your nervous system listens and finally lets go. Most people never discover this spot. They carry their tension, their past, their pain in their chest, jaw, and gut, never knowing that a subtle shift in one place can begin to release it all. But you're here, and your body is already listening. Imagine this. You press this spot gently. Your breath drops deeper into your belly. Your shoulders begin to unhook from the ears. And the static noise in your mind, it begins to fade like a distant wave pulling back from the shore. This isn't magic. And it isn't a trend. It's biology, and it's sacred. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to find this point, how to activate the vagus nerve hidden beneath it, and how to shift yourself into a state of calm and inner stillness, using nothing but your fingers and your breath. But first, pause for a moment. If something in your body already feels drawn to this, if your spirit whispers yes, honor it. Tap subscribe, like this video. Share it with someone whose nervous system is silently calling for rest. This could be your quiet first step into something deeper. You might not know this, but just behind your ear, nestled into the soft groove between your skull and neck, is a hidden access point into the most ancient part of your nervous system. This technique is simple. You touch, press, or lightly massage this spot behind the ear, and something extraordinary begins to happen. Your breath slows. Your jaw softens. Your chest feels like it opens from the inside. But this isn't just about relaxation. It's about waking up a deep current inside you, a current known as the vagus nerve. And the spot behind your ear? It's one of the few external gateways into that inner current. In ancient healing systems, from Chinese meridian theory to Ayurvedic marma points, this area was known as a place where the body listens to the soul. It was said that behind the ear, just where the bone curves gently down toward the neck, the veil between mind and body becomes thin. Mystics believed this point could silence racing thoughts, awaken clarity, and open a direct line to inner stillness. In some traditions, it was used during initiation rituals, as a place to calm fear before entering sacred space. And while that ancient language may sound poetic, modern science has begun to agree. The technique isn't complicated. You're not tapping into some secret energy that only masters know. You're using your own body as a healing instrument. This behind-the-ear zone connects to a small branch of the vagus nerve, known as the auricular branch, or what some call Arnold's nerve. It's rare to have access to a cranial nerve on the surface of the body. But this is one of those rare places. When gently stimulated through touch, warmth, pressure, or breath, this point sends signals deep into the parasympathetic system, which governs rest, digestion, emotional regulation, and cellular repair. Here's what makes it even more profound. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to understand every nerve and synapse. You just have to trust your body and touch. In today's world, most people live in a constant state of alert. The shoulders stay lifted, the jaw clenched, the breath stuck high in the chest. We're not designed to live this way, and yet, we do. This technique gives your system something it rarely gets: permission to stop running, to slow down, to soften, to receive. Behind your ear, your body remembers. something ancient, a rhythm it knew before you learned stress, a calm it carried before you learned to worry. This isn't just a nerve trick. It's a reconnection. That's why this point matters. Because once you know it, it's yours. Anytime the noise gets loud, anytime your breath feels trapped, anytime the world spins too fast, you'll know where to go. Dot your fingers. Your breath. This spot behind your ear. That's all it takes to begin the shift. And in the next section, we'll explore exactly why this works, not just spiritually, but scientifically, and how touching this point speaks the ancient language of your nervous system. To understand why this works, we have to go beneath the surface, not just of the skin, but of the entire nervous system. Behind your ear, gently resting near the mastoid bone, is a unique access point. This small area connects to a thin, often overlooked fiber of the vagus nerve, called the auricular branch, or more specifically, Arnold's nerve. It's one of the only places on your entire body where the vagus nerve reaches the surface. This means you can physically touch it, you can interact with it, and most importantly, you can influence it. What is the vagus nerve really? The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in the body. Its name comes from the Latin word for wandering, because it literally wanders from the brainstem all the way down into your lungs, heart, stomach, liver, and intestines. It's the master communicator between your brain and your body, especially when it comes to safety, rest, digestion, and healing. This is part of the parasympathetic nervous system, sometimes called the rest and digest system. When this system is active, you feel calm and grounded. Your heart rate slows, your breath deepens, blood returns to your core. Your body enters a state of healing rather than defense. Now, here's the mystical beauty. When you gently press the spot behind your ear, you're not just touching skin, you're activating a direct signal to the vagus nerve. This sends a message to the brainstem, where your autonomic responses begin, that says, it's safe now. You can let go. What happens next is part biology, part alchemy. Your heart rate variability may improve. This is a key marker of emotional regulation. Cortisol, your stress hormone, can begin to drop. Digestive enzymes begin to release. Muscles that have been holding tension for days begin to unclench, and yet all of it begins with something so simple: 2 fingers, a breath, a moment of presence. The vagus nerve isn't a one-way street. It listens and it speaks. It senses your environment, but it also responds to your intention. When you touch this point with slowness, warmth, and intention, you create a neurosensory loop that tells your body it's safe to heal. This is called interoception, your brain learning from the inside of your body. The more you practice this technique, the more your nervous system remembers the feeling of calm and learns to return there more easily. This is why it works. Even if you don't fully understand it, even if you're skeptical, because your nervous system doesn't speak belief, it speaks sensation. For centuries, healers didn't know the word vagus nerve, but they knew the body could shift its state through breath, through pressure, through presence. Modern neuroscience has only begun to translate these spiritual truths into measurable signals. And this point, behind the ear, is a bridge between the two worlds: spiritual surrender, scientific stimulation, nervous system regulation, and ancient, intuitive touch. This is not about controlling your body. It's about communicating with it in a language it remembers. In the next section, we'll walk you through exactly how to find this spot, how to touch it, and how to breathe in a way that activates not just the nerve, but the inner stillness that's already waiting. Let's begin. Find a space where you can sit undisturbed. Let your phone fall silent. Let your spine remember how to be still. You don't need incense. You don't need mantras. Just your fingers, your breath, and a willingness to feel. Because when you touch this point behind your ear, you're not just applying pressure. You're whispering to your nervous system, it's safe now. You can come home. Step 1. Ground the body. Sit down with your feet touching the earth. Let your palms rest open in your lap. Close your eyes just for a moment and notice your breath, without trying to change it. Now imagine a thread gently lifting the crown of your head upward. Your spine elongates. Your jaw releases. Your shoulders soften back and down. Take 1. Slow, deep breath in through your nose. Pause at the top. Now exhale softly through your mouth as if fogging up a mirror. Do this twice more. This is how we arrive. Step 2. Find the point behind your ear. Gently bring your right hand to your right ear. With your index and middle finger, trace behind the earlobe. There's a soft groove just at the base of the skull, right behind the bony mastoid process. This is not the hard bone, not the fleshy neck. It's that in-between hollow, where the skull curves down into the upper neck. Let your fingers settle there. You might already feel something, a warmth, a tingling, a sense of subtle awareness waking up. This is the access point. Step 3. Apply gentle pressure now with a feather-light touch. Begin to press into this point. Not hard, not forceful, but as if you're listening through your fingers. Hold that pressure. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, imagine your breath traveling into that space behind the ear. Visualize it softening the tissue. Imagine golden light gently spiraling into that point, clearing away static stress and sound. Let's do this together. Inhale slowly for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. Exhale gently for 6 to 8 seconds. Rest for 2 seconds. Repeat this breath pattern 3 times, all while keeping your gentle pressure behind the ear dot. Notice what begins to shift. Cycle 1. Stillness activation. Let your fingers remain at the point. Breathe naturally now. Feel the stillness begin to deepen. Now silently say within yourself, I allow stillness. Feel your body echo that message. This is the first activation. Just touch plus stillness, no movement. No effort. Let yourself stay here for 1 full minute. Breathing, touching, surrendering. Cycle 2. Tapping the signal. Now we shift. Using your index finger, begin to gently tap the same spot behind the ear. Tap, tap, pause. Tap, 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 pause. Like a rhythmic code being sent to the body. Each tap is a message of safety. Breathe with it. Visual cue. Imagine each tap sending a ripple of calm down your neck, into your heart, all the way to your belly. Do this tapping for 30 seconds. Then stop. Let your fingers rest again. And breathe. Cycle 3. Massage and melt now. Take both fingertips and make tiny circular motions over the point, just millimeters wide. Slow, sacred spirals. This is the melt phase. Inhale. As you exhale, imagine these circles softening your entire system. Some people report a sigh or yawn, or a deep inner dropping sensation here. Stay with the motion for 1 full minute. Let it unwind you. Optional. Mirror side activation now. Repeat all 3 cycles on the left ear. Use your left hand. Find the groove. Touch. Breathe. Then tap. Then spiral. Each side of the vagus nerve matters, and activating both brings balance. Visualization. The light within as a final layer. You may choose to add a visual meditation. Keep your fingers gently resting behind both ears. Close your eyes and imagine a soft glowing light forming behind each ear. Now imagine those lights flowing down the neck, into the chest, merging in the heart, and spreading like warm waves through your entire body. Breathe with that image. Inhale peace. Exhale anything that is no longer needed. Ending the practice now, slowly release your fingers. Let your hands fall to your lap. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Notice your jaw. Notice your chest. Notice your thoughts. There is a shift, even if subtle, even if quiet. You've just spoken the language of the nervous system, not through words, but through touch, intention, and breath. Now, notice how you feel. Is there warmth in your chest? A soft buzzing behind your eyes? A sense that something heavy has moved? Even if the shift is only 1%, that's enough. Because now you've remembered the path inward. And this spot behind your ear? It's now a part of your healing vocabulary. It begins as warmth, a softening, a slowing of breath. But then, something deeper unfolds. This is the moment when your nervous system, your emotions, and your spirit all begin to speak the same language. For some, it's subtle, like a long exhale you didn't know you were holding. For others, it's profound, a rush of tears, a memory surfacing, or the quiet realization, I haven't felt this safe in years. Because this isn't just about pressure on the skin. This is about unlocking old holding patterns, the kind that live not in the mind, but in the body, when the vagus nerve is gently activated, especially through the spot behind the ear. Your system begins to exit its fight or flight cycle. The walls you've been holding up, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually, begin to soften. Some people feel a deep emotional release here. Sadness they didn't know they were carrying, anger that suddenly has space to breathe, grief that no longer needs to be hidden, but beneath all of it is a quiet sense of relief, like the body whispering, thank you for listening. This technique isn't forcing anything out. It's giving what's already inside permission to move. As the vagus nerve responds, so does your mind. Racing thoughts begin to lose their speed. The background mental noise, the shoulds, the fears, the planning start to dim. A soft clarity rises. You may notice a lightness in your chest, a gentle hum beneath the skin, a feeling of being more in your body and less in your head. This is what we call interoceptive awareness, when your mind begins to hear your body again. And what it hears is peace. Energetically, this point is known in many traditions as a gateway of silence, a place where the outer world softens and the inner world wakes up. After this technique, you might feel more spiritually aware, not because of belief, but because the noise has quieted enough to let you listen. To your breath, to your heart, to your own presence. Some describe this as a return, not to a place, but to themselves. Pause now and ask yourself, what did your body just tell you? Was there a moment you felt something soften? Did your breath drop? Did your mind pause? Did anything inside whisper, yes, even just for a moment? These are signs, not of performance, but of permission. Permission to rest. Permission to feel. Permission to come home to your own inner landscape. And the more often you return to this spot, the more your body begins to trust the path. You don't need 30 minutes. You don't need a yoga mat. You don't even need silence. All you need is a few quiet seconds and your fingertips. This technique becomes most powerful when it's done daily, even just for 2 to 3 minutes. Try this each morning. Before the noise begins, gently press the spot behind your ear. Breathe. Let the body remember stillness before the day asks anything of you. Or at night, when your thoughts are tangled and your body won't let go, return to that spot. Let it guide you back into yourself. Over time, something beautiful begins to shift. You may notice deeper sleep, fewer emotional spikes, a sense that you're not reacting, but responding, and most of all, a quiet familiarity with peace, because this point behind your ear doesn't just activate your vagus nerve. It rewires your relationship with calm. And the more you practice, the more your body learns. This is home. This is safe. I can return here anytime. Your body has always known the way back to stillness. All it needed was for you to listen. This spot behind your ear, it's not just anatomy. It's an invitation to pause, to breathe, to return. So if this awakens something in you, follow it, like this video. Share it with someone whose nervous system is quietly calling for peace. And subscribe, not just to the channel, but to your own healing. If you felt something today, wait until you learn what happens when you press this spot on your chest. That's where we'll go next.